Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Siri and welcome back to another video. So this video is purely from my heart because the topic that I'm going to talk about is something that bothers almost every one of us, which is comparison. I know at some point in our life we have compared ourselves to someone and we felt bad about it, and that almost led to negative emotions in our life, and that's what we are going to talk about in today's video. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So talking about comparison, let me just share my own example with all of you, and this is how I know how to explain, because I feel whatever I have gone through or whatever I know, I feel I can explain that in a lot better manner, and that's why I love sharing examples with all of you. So, of course, in my childhood and when I was growing up, especially in my teenage, I used to have a lot of acne, and I used to consider myself as not a pretty looking girl. And every time I look at someone who do not have acne, I would just compare myself with that person. That why am I like this? Why am I not pretty? Everybody around me is so pretty, but I am not pretty. Now, what made me do that comparison is because, of course, the things that you hear from people, especially when you're not pretty. And I'm not saying that beauty is everything over here. I'm just giving you an example of that I used to compare myself a lot at that point of time, especially after that when I started my journey towards speaking in English. In the early stages, of course, I did not know how to speak in English. I could not even say any other sentence except how are you, I'm fine. So of course I would compare myself with people who speak good English, especially when I was in my 12th or 11th standard. There were a lot of students in my class who would speak such good English, and I would be always ashamed of it that I cannot even speak 1% of what they speak, and I used to just compare myself. Now, comparing myself like that led to a lot of negative emotions in me. I did not spend time with anyone in my 11th or 12th standard. I used to just love to be alone. Even after coming home, I would not talk to people because there was a lot of negative emotions that were just running in my mind. And because of that, I used to never like to go out. I would never like to spend time with people, even my relatives. I would not go to family functions at all because I was just scared. I was just scared that what if they judge me, or what if they compare me with someone else, and what if they are going to tell me something negative and I'm going to become even more negative, is what I used to think. Now, of course, as we grow, we realize a lot of stuff, and of course, realizations bring a lot of changes in our life, and it's important for us to realize certain things because we need that change in life. We always cannot be the same. Now, if you ask me, am I the same Siri? I'm absolutely not. I'm not the same Siri at all. There are more than 90% changes that are there in my life today, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But when you can change, when you accept the realization, there is going to be a certain realization that you will have in your life, and we have to accept that instead of just pushing that away. So when I was comparing myself like that, a lot of negative emotions in me, a lot of negativity in my mind. You know what happens when you keep comparing, when you keep getting all those negative emotions, negative thoughts in your mind, you will slowly start to develop jealous, greed, which are very wrong. Those emotions are not supposed to be developed in us. We always have to try our best to be positive, giving, feeling happy for people, and that's how we are supposed to be. I mean, of course, at some or the other point in our life, we have definitely encountered jealous, greed, and stuff like that, but with realizations you will change, and it's important for us to change with all those realizations. So even I have changed like that. So when I have realized that, this is going wrong, of course I'm comparing myself with people who speak good English, but why not I just take that as an inspiration instead of converting that comparison into jealous or greed, is the realization that I got in my life. And that's what I would like to tell you all. Yes, we do compare ourselves with people who are better than us. One thing you have to remember in your life is that there is always someone who is better than you. Now, just because there is someone better than you does not mean that you need to feel less, or you need to compare yourself with that person. Everybody has their own hardships in their life, and everybody has achieved something in their life because of the hard work that they have done. It's not that they've achieved something like this. Of course, it took their time, it took their effort, it took their hard work. Now, when someone is better than you, I feel you just need to look at it from a positive perspective, thinking that that person must have worked really hard to be wherever that person is. So we need to take an inspiration from that person instead of comparing yourself with that person. So when I joined my graduation, I think in my first year of graduation itself, a lot of things in my life has changed, and I'm always grateful for that one particular year, because I am a complete different Siri after that one particular year. So taking inspiration from people is good, guys. There are going to be a lot of people on the internet itself that you look at, and you just end up comparing yourself with that person without even knowing the story from their side, which is a very wrong thing that we are doing, especially in this era of internet. We have so much of content available, we have so much of stuff available to watch, because of which we end up comparing so much, is actually leading us to a lot of negativity in life. And of course, we have to accept it. There is no point of denial over here. We have to accept it. Yes, we compare. Yes, we think negative. Yes, we feel jealous. Yes, we go through all these negative emotions. Now, where can you put a full stop to this is stop comparing yourself with other people, because you and other people are not same. I and you are not at all same. Your story is different, my story is different. Now, you tell me, how many of you have compared yourself with me? I'm pretty sure many of you did, right? Because in this journey of learning English, we look at people who speak good English and we just end up comparing ourselves with those people, that, oh my God, why am I not able to speak English like that person? Did you do the work that they have done to achieve whatever they are today? No. But we compare, because comparison is easy. Working hard is difficult. Yes, right? So comparing yourself does not require a lot of effort. Now, even I can compare myself with a lot of people who are doing much better than me in their life. I can do that because it's just so easy. So easy to just compare yourself and feel sad about it and bring all the negative emotions possible. And the day you break this comparison is the day you are going to change your life. And trust me when I say this, this is true. I'm not saying that you should eliminate it 100%. Of course, there is going to be this much of comparison that we do in our life. But if it is taking over your life, maybe this is where the alarm is ringing and you are not noticing it. And it's time for you to notice it, that no, you are not here to compare yourself with people out there. Everybody's life is different. Again, I'm telling you, your story, my story is completely different. So there is no point of comparing yourself with anyone. Everybody's hardships are different, everybody's results are different. So we are different in almost every possible way. We are all human beings, yes, but we are different in a lot of ways. The childhood that we had, the traumas that we had, do you think all that are same with other people as well? No. Now they might have gone through something more difficult than we've gone through. Can you judge them? Can you compare yourself with those people? No. You're not supposed to do that. Now, one positive change that you can make over here is taking inspiration. Well, I feel inspiration inspiration is always around you. Now, for me, I take inspiration from my brother, I take inspiration from my close friends. So there are a lot of people around me who inspire me. Now, I have two choices. Either I can just simply compare myself with those people in my life and just feel bad about it, that why am I not like that? Or I can just take inspiration from that person, looking at how much hard work that they've done in life, and doing the same thing in my life. I mean, working on myself also the same way. I have two possible ways here. Now, most of the people choose the first way because it does not require a lot of effort. Complaining, giving excuses, comparing, these do not require a lot of effort. Just think about it, negative emotions do not require a lot of effort. But for you to build positivity, but for you to build that hard work, it requires a lot of effort. And we choose something that does not require a lot of effort, which is giving excuses, comparing ourselves, and just giving complaints. We always choose this. But the life is going to change when you start choosing something that is difficult yet positive. And that's what I would like to tell you in today's video. One more important point I would like to tell you is whatever you see on internet is not true. I mean, especially in the era of social media, we see a lot of people showcasing their lifestyle, showcasing their happy moments, but you don't know what they are going through. You have no idea about what they do not show. Me being on this platform, I'm telling you that, do you think when I'm crying or when I'm feeling sad, I'll pick up a camera and shoot a video of it? No, I don't. I don't feel like sharing that. Only when I'm happy, I shoot that video. Only when I'm happy, I share that news with all of you. And you just end up comparing that with your life and you will feel sad about it. How wrong is that? So we know only one side of it. We don't know the other side. And we are not supposed to judge people that we see on internet. Not at all. Because judging, talking behind, comparing, these are all the negative emotions that we have to be away from. Of course, it's difficult. It's very difficult to be away from negative emotions. I completely understand that, especially when you are in your early 20s. It's very difficult because you are exposing yourself to a lot of people, you're networking, you will end up meeting a lot of people, you will be influenced by all of them, and you will sometimes end up thinking negative. That will happen. But realizations happen to every person out there. I believe in God. Okay, I believe there is a superpower, there's a higher power that is guiding us all the time. Every time that we do something wrong in our life, there is a superpower that is guiding us. So realizations are the way of guiding you, is what I strongly believe in. So every time there is something negative that I feel in my life, I feel there is going to be a realization that would happen in my mind, and I blindly follow that realization. And the same thing I would like to tell you guys as well, that yes, you will be reminded of the realization that you need to get, especially when you are thinking something negative in your life. And listen to that realization and just think about it. Do you think it's fair to compare yourself with people whom you do not even know? You're just seeing them through a surface. That's it. And you are just comparing yourself with them. Now, why don't you take inspiration? Why don't you think positive? Why don't you just look at it like how much hard work they've done, and why not I do the same instead of just sitting and comparing myself? Now, comparison is, there is another phase of comparison, which is feeling satisfied. Now, how do I explain it? For example, let's say if you want to prove yourself right, you will compare yourself with a person who is not as right as you, and you because you compare yourself with a person who is not as right as you will be proved as a right person. I know I've missed your mind. I know I've missed it, but are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? Now, for example, um, if I want to prove that I am fluent in English, now how do I prove that I am fluent in English? By speaking in English. Now, if I want to get appreciations from people, if I deliberately want people to look at my fluency, what I'll do is I'll get someone who is not fluent in English and I'll just make that person speak in English. Now, that person is obviously not fluent in English. So, when we both speak, I will be compared to that person. Now, because I am fluent in English, I will impress people more. You get it? So, these comparisons also happen in life. We are not supposed to do that also. You look at someone who is higher than you look at someone who is lower than you have to be positive. And this is very important. This is something that, of course, changed a lot, especially with my mindset. Because mindset is very important when it comes to being fluent in English, or in general, I'm talking. It is important. So what I'm trying to tell you is that any sort of comparison is not good, and we are not supposed to go in that way, especially when you're comparing with someone whom you see on the internet. That's not at all good. You are just um, being in the negative phase of your life, and you are supposed to stop it right here. Maybe this is one of the realizations that you need to realize. Maybe I'm reminding you all that, it's time for you to not to compare yourself with people out there. Take inspiration, or don't take inspiration, that's completely up to you. But don't go into negative. Be neutral or positive. Don't go into negative. I look at myself, or when I'm watching something, there's a scale that I draw for myself, which is I will either be neutral or I'll just be positive, but I'll not go into negative, is what I've been practicing from a very long time. And that has completely changed my life, and that's what I would want all of you to realize as well. Please don't compare yourself. It's the worst thing that you can do to yourself, because it will lead to a lot of stuff which you do not even know. Later you will realize that, but by the time you realize that, it's already too late. That's why I'm telling you, you are good in your own way. Everybody is different in their own way. Everybody has different problems, everybody has different situations, everybody has different childhood. So something that is not same, your life and somebody's life, it's not same. So comparing your life with someone's life doesn't make any kind of sense. So I hope you got my point. I just wanted to have this heart to heart conversation with you, because I'm again telling you this as a well wisher, that you are not supposed to do this. Either be neutral or positive, but don't be negative. This is what I follow in my life, and that has helped me a lot, and still I'm following it, and I will follow it forever. So try to be away from negativity all the time, and see how your life is going to shape, and see how your English fluency is going to shape. So that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I know this video doesn't have a proper structure, but it is just not scripted. I just wanted to talk about it from the heart, and I just did that. So I hope you understood whatever I was trying to tell you in today's video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, you please take care. I will see you soon. Bye.